All right, moving along to our next panel, Cleantech Accelerators in East Tennessee. An important part of our advanced energy economy is the innovation economy. Startups and entrepreneurs are developing new solutions and technologies to the rapidly changing energy and utility landscapes, and more of them will be calling East Tennessee home, we hope, in the next coming years. The east side of the state is building quite the reputation as a hub for all kinds of clean tech innovation, and with me today are three individuals at the center of that activity. So I'd like to call up to the stage Dan Miller, Program Lead, Innovation Crossroads at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, Tricia Martinez, Managing Director, Techstars Industries of the Future Accelerator, and John Bruck, Director of the Spark Innovation Center at the UT Research Park.
Hi, Cortney.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey everyone, how are you?
All right, well, we're all here. Let's start with giving folks at our virtual event today just a little bit more information about your programs and what you all do with them. So Dan Miller, let's start with you and Innovation Crossroads.
Yeah, Cortney, thanks for having us a part of this event. This is such a great event. TAEBC does so much for the advanced energy industry in the state. Yeah, again, my name is Dan Miller. I'm the director of the Innovation Crossroads program at Oak Ridge National Lab. Innovation Crossroads is an ORNL program that recruits external entrepreneurs to come and spend 2 years at the National Lab working collaboratively with the scientists and research staff at the lab on developing technologies, really making a step change in technologies as they grow early stage businesses. There's a lot of technologies that are developed at the lab that are spun out into companies. This is more of a spin-in program where we're bringing external entrepreneurs that have their own ideas and melding them with expertise and resources at the lab as they're creating high impact advanced energy and manufacturing companies. We're primarily sponsored by the Department of Energy, but also Oak Ridge National Lab also contributes, and TVA is also a sponsor of this program.
And Trisha, tell us a little bit about Techstars Industries of the Future.
Thanks so much for having me. Hi, everyone. So I'm Trisha, Managing Director for Techstars Industries of the Future. Some quick background on me. I'm a serial entrepreneur and Techstars alum. I spent my career building blockchain solutions in emerging markets and most recently sat at the federal government's Department of Energy as a Presidential Innovation Fellow, working across our national laboratories to help drive more commercialization. That's what led me back to Techstars to lead the Industries of the Future program. I am now a new Tennessean, so excited to be here and help build this wonderful state and ecosystem. What we're trying to do is bring extremely impactful breakthrough technologies to this region. We're working in partnership with Oak Ridge National Lab, Tennessee Valley Authority, and the University of Tennessee to drive more eyes and companies and investors and industry to this area, build up deep tech, because we should be the leader within the country for this ecosystem in these industries, including AI, quantum, clean tech, biotech, 5G, and advanced manufacturing. So come February, we'll be launching with 10 awesome companies who are coming from around the world, who will be located in Tennessee, Knoxville, and we will be doing this over the next 3 years.
Great, thank you. And John Bruck with the Spark Innovation Center and the Spark Cleantech Accelerator. John, I know you've got some exciting news to share with us, but tell us more about what you are doing.
We do have some great news to announce, but thank you, Cortney. I'm really pleased to join Tricia and Dan on today's panel, and I'd like to thank you, Cortney, most certainly for the work that you and TAEBC do to support the advanced energy economy in Tennessee. The Spark Innovation Center opened in September 2020, so about 15 months ago. We're at the University of Tennessee Research Park. We're in the Institute of Advanced Materials and Manufacturing, and we're focused on helping later stage startups to grow their businesses and to stay in the Knoxville region. We provide laboratory and co-working space, mentorship, classroom types of instructional programs, connections to our strategic partners and investors, to 6 tech-based startup companies that are resident members and 2 that are virtual members. And these companies have graduated from UT and other universities and the Innovation Crossroads program. We were in late 2020 almost immediately recognized by the Department of Energy as a top 20 energy incubator, and we were awarded an EPIC prize of $50,000, which was followed by a new DOE grant, which is now comprised of a team of EPIC prize winners. And we were awarded funding to launch Cleantech Accelerators in Chicago, Detroit, and Knoxville. And each of those cities will have a Cleantech Accelerator every year for the next 3 years. So while the initial cohort of Spark member companies continues, we're launching a new 12-week Cleantech Accelerator to begin next June, and our application process is now open, which is our announcement today. Website access to the application will be posted in the chat. Thank you, Cortney. And an announcement will be broadly distributed yet this week. The accelerator is the product of the Department of Energy and our Clean Energy Trust team, and several of our strategic partners, including TAEBC and the Energy Mentor Network, the University of Tennessee, the UT Research Foundation, TVA, and the city of Knoxville, who's really stepped up in a significant way. So thank you, Carter Hall. I think you're in the audience today. Thank you. We also are in the conceptual development phase of a new Spark Innovation Center facility, thanks to the help of our partners at PYA, Realty Trust Group, and MBI. This particular project is an innovative private-public partnership, and if successful, will help the region continue its effectiveness in supporting the advanced energy industry that's already very much on the rise here across Tennessee.
Great. Thank you, John. A lot of thumbs up and hand clapping for that and those announcements. You'll see that when I mentioned the presence of these 3 accelerators in East Tennessee and that we are becoming this hub, there was no dramatization there. We have a lot of activity on the east side of the state as it relates to clean energy, advanced energy, clean tech, deep tech, startup and entrepreneurial activity, and we are just going to continue to build on that. Now, this is going to sound like some sort of advanced energy infomercial, but wait, there's more. Trisha, you've got some updates for us on the Techstars program, is that right?
Yeah, so we really wanted to focus on building out space, a create sense of like a hub for these companies to get people in the community excited about what's going on. So thanks in large part to the KUB Knoxville Utilities Board, to UT Research Foundation, and the Knoxville Chamber of Commerce, we were able to secure a wonderful space downtown on Gay Street. We are currently doing demolition so that we have these 10 companies each year having awesome facility in downtown. The demolition will not be complete until February, so we've decided to delay the start of our program by 1 month. So Techstars companies will be coming in program from February 21st with a demo day on May 26th. So all good, exciting things. It just means the ecosystem is building up more. And it also means we'll be rolling in nicely to the launch of John's new clean tech program. So we have nonstop clean tech, deep tech companies in the region. So great things will continue to come, which means more and more investors will be attracted and want to come hang out in Knoxville.
That's right. Lots of great synergies. And Dan, Oak Ridge National Lab, you all are in the process of selecting cohort number 6 for your program. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and just talk to us a little bit more about some of the successes and the evolution of the Innovation Crossroads program, because you all are you were the first and most mature program in East Tennessee here. Oh, Dan, you're on mute.
Figured I'd learn that by now. Yeah, Cortney, you're right. We're in the middle of recruiting our sixth cohort, which will come on board in June of 2022. Our first cohort came on in 2017, and we've brought on a cohort every year since then. We've got 15 companies that have graduated our program and 11 current. Of those 15 that have graduated, still 14 are still in existence and going strong, and actually 11 still have a significant, if not complete, presence in East Tennessee. So we're very proud of that. Collectively, our companies have raised about $40 million in follow-on funding, whether that be through grants and award or through private funding. So a lot of very, very exciting things that our companies are doing. So we're really proud of that. But it's really hard to to convey the importance of John and Trisha's programs and how these all of us are working together on building this ecosystem, and the importance of all of our programs working together. So our Innovation Crossroads is probably the most, it works with the earliest stage companies. We bring in companies that are still really developing, really trying to prove out technology. Most of our companies are pre-revenue and pre-money. So I think we're maybe on the beginning part of the funnel. And then, like John mentioned, a number of our companies locate in the Spark incubator, and where they go to get more help on tech development and critical space and lab space as they continue to grow their companies. And hopefully, some of our companies will be a good fits for Techstars as they're looking to raise money. And also can continue developing and get the expertise and mentoring that the Techstars program provides. So fantastic to hear all the news that John and Trisha's news, and yeah, we're really glad to be part of this growing ecosystem.
Great. And Trisha, why did Techstars choose East Tennessee for this accelerator, and what are your impressions of our region?
So, what's funny is, I'm a Techstars alum. I was sitting as a presidential innovation fellow at the Department of Energy, working with the national labs, thinking about how do we build innovation ecosystems around the labs, because labs just have incredible assets. And when I was assessing and taking a deep look at the Knoxville Oak Ridge region, I was really surprised and in awe that there wasn't a larger ecosystem here. You have the National Lab, you have Tennessee Valley Authority, and the University of Tennessee. These are three gems that don't exist in a package offering in most states. Like, this just doesn't happen. And so I had mentioned multiple times while being in the federal government that there's incredible opportunity to build, to invest here because of the research capabilities, the advanced materials that are being developed, the expertise that exists here. And it just so happened that Thomas at Oak Ridge National Lab decided that Techstars might make sense. And so, I knew Techstars very well because of my, work as a company going through the program. And I know firsthand how effective they are at helping companies scale, connecting you to top experts and mentors, and helping you fundraise. And so it made sense to me clearly that this was the right location for Techstars. And I think Industries of the Future, it is the perfect focus for this program, because Techstars operates around the world. We operate in large cities, but we also operate in other areas with corporate partners. And not often do we work with the federal government or organizations funded by the federal government. So this is really the perfect location to have this program. Every company I've engaged with is so attracted to the idea of conducting research with the national lab, or testing a product with Tennessee Valley Authority, or tapping into the UT ecosystem. So, together combined, the region has just so much to offer. And I think now's the time for the Knoxville Oak Ridge region to get global attention and eyes on this region. The people I have met here in the short time of being a Tennessean, I feel like everyone has sold multiple companies. I feel like everyone has built some sort of deep technology business. You don't have that expertise, anywhere else. Not in the Valley, not in New York. Like the true focus around science-driven technology is here, and that's why industry will follow, and that's why investors will follow. So I have no doubt in my mind that together, if the community can come together and work on this, we will be the leading hub for industries of the future in clean tech, and advanced materials and things that will really make an impact on this world.
Great. Thank you, Tricia. And John, you're an entrepreneur yourself. You are a long-serving entrepreneur in residence in the Energy Mentor Network. Now you're the director of the Spark Innovation Center. So talk to us a little bit about how these accelerator programs and mentor programs, what kind of effect do they have on startups and founders and access to capital in a community? John, you're on mute. I'm gonna have to give you guys an award.
It's just not obvious of clicking on and off. And anyway, a lot in your question, Cortney. So I'll hold access to capital till the end. I think in terms of what we as incubator and accelerator managers can do, the most impactful program that we offer tech startups, I think, relates to how they fit and hopefully how they will succeed in the business world. These founders are, for the most part, geniuses. They're technical wizards. And we can help in a minor amount in terms of the technical development of their product or service. But the most value we provide relates to wrapping a really understandable and effective business model around their innovations. So we help ask and answer the big business questions, like how do I identify and connect with my customers or strategic partners? How do I build a supply chain? How ultimately will I be able to make money? How will I get outside investment? How do I relate to my board of directors, and especially an outside director? So big business questions that are, for the most part, not even considered at the stage of the companies that we work with, are where we're able to provide the most benefit. In terms of access to capital, Cortney, that's certainly key across startup communities, I think everywhere. But within a specific startup company, I think capital is a function, or accessing capital is a function of how strong of a business case the company can present. So in 2017, when Tony Shipley, the chair of Queen City Angels and a UT alum, was in Knoxville, I asked him why access to capital was a problem for Knoxville startups. And he didn't give it a lot of thought. It seemed like he had thought about this quite a bit before. But he said, you have an access to capital problem because there are so few investable companies. And that immediately changed the way I thought about our community. And what my focus became was building more investable companies. I think that we've improved the investability of our regional startups, and we've seen investments from into several startups from local funding sources, as well as funders from pretty much across the country, East Tennessee, Boston, Cincinnati. So how can we help break through the access to capital problem? Build great startups.
All right, final question. We're looking for quick responses here. A venture fund in Colorado recently ranked Knoxville as the number 16th clean tech hub in the country. So how do we leverage all these accelerator programs to make us number one?
I'll jump in, and this kind of piggybacks off of what John was saying. And what's interesting when you think about innovation ecosystems, it's honestly a chicken and an egg problem, right? Startups go where there's money and opportunity. And if we don't have an active angel community or an active VC community, then we won't see highly investable startups. So, in my mind, what really needs to happen here is, it's a domino effect. There's been so much work building up to get to this point right now in Knoxville, and we have 3 exceptional accelerator programs that are going to attract companies from around the world. The more money that we have to attract companies, the more are going to come. And the more industry and organizations that want to engage and support those companies, the more will come. So that's why the big 3 coming together for this Techstars is a really big deal. It's a signal to the market. It's a signal to startups that they're welcome here in Tennessee and we want them here. So I think continuing these types of accelerators, getting the community involved in angel investing. So whether that's just individuals investing on their own in these startups, but also building out an ecosystem where companies can access more funding for accelerators, right? Like Techstars invest in companies, but that's 10 companies a year. We need more than that. We need to be investing in 30 to 50 companies a year to attract them here and get them to stay here. So not only the money, but then also space. Where are these companies going to go? We need more co-working spaces, incubators that are focused on clean tech, on deep tech, that bring in the city and the state, that bring in the national lab, the university, TVA, VW, Verizon. Like, all these industry players should be operating in this physical space alongside startups, because that's where the magic happens. The collaboration, innovation, ideas, more businesses will start. So, in short, I really believe it is about the money and it is about the space.
Great. Dan, in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
TAEBC, we're all about becoming #1. So
yeah,
how do you
just
do
to
that?
add to that, I think these programs are catalyzing, kind of like what Tricia was saying, other resources and support networks, and really people, because that's the other part of this. It's the people behind these programs that are, and that that you're not seeing today, that are work along with all of us, that really make a difference and are helping these companies grow. And that all of that together can help these companies, once they're here and we attract them here, to stay here. And not only that, and everybody knows that 90% plus of the startups are going to fail, but it's that this area can be attractive to start the next business, and that there's this churn and the creation of companies, that's going to make this the difference. That we want to make this region the best place to start and grow a business.
That's right. John, anything to add?
Cortney, I'll just add that both Dan and Trisha, I think, are spot on. I would add to it that there needs to be more of an entrepreneurial element to our community leadership. And by that, I mean the ability to understand and manage risk. So, Trisha's stepping out on a limb when she opens up co-working space in downtown Knoxville with a vision that goes well beyond Techstars. Tom Rogers and the folks at the park are really showing some appetite for risk in some of the developments they do, including the conceptual design of a new Spark Innovation facility. So I think not only will the physical attributes and the financial attributes of the community, but the signaling that this community really understands entrepreneurs from the biggest single feature that they have, and that's exploring areas that have never been explored before, and be willing to take those risks.
Great. Well, John Bruck, Dan Miller, Tricia Martinez, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Cortney.
Thanks so much.
Dan.